Good morning. I might tie my hair up. How is everybody this morning? Who's going to be gold? Erica Johnson, good morning. Gold medal wrapping itself round your shoulders right now. Kathy Ann, good morning. You've got a silver, Kathy. And Gail, good morning, Gail. You've got a bronze. So, good morning, Jackie at number 4. Let's see. Don't forget, we give an extra medal away. Good morning, Trish at number 5. We give an extra medal away for the first person to say that they've shared it, to write shared. You've got to have shared it as well, but only you can know the truth. Good morning. Morning, Deborah. So let's have a see. Let's have a see who's on. What have we got to talk about today? Good morning, Sue. So, day 16 of the magic. Good morning, Michelle. Please do share it. I mean, honestly, we're still getting people doing, starting from day 1. So I need to put the YouTube link on here. I keep forgetting. So I can do that for you because I'm uploading every day all the videos to YouTube. So then they're there and I'll put them all on a playlist. But they're on here, they stay on this Facebook page, but it's just easier to find them on YouTube, I think. So thank you, Laura. I don't know if anybody else shared it before you, but I'll have a look. When I go back through the comments, I will see who got the platinum medal. So if you've not got the platinum medal for sharing, then please just crack on and share it anyway, and I'll give you a lump of coal. It's just as appreciative. Whether you share it first, whether you share it last, they both mean the same. So how many have we got on? 150. 150 is still doing this at 7 a.m. in the morning live. And that's not including the hundreds of people who are doing it and watching it. Well, thousands watching it, but they might just click on for 5 minutes and think, knobhead, and off they go. So there will be hundreds doing it, doing the magic together, all of us. I mean, the collective positivity that's creating, you know, how good is that? So a lot of people who've done this before have said they've found it absolutely, completely much prefer doing it together as a group. So so how did you get on yesterday with healing your relationships? That's what I was going to do. I've not done my gratitudes. I usually do my gratitudes first thing in the morning, but I've been working instead. Working at this time of the morning. I get up about 5:10. So let's crack on. So yeah, how did you get on with your magical relationships? And it was really hard, I think, for a lot of people, because you've got this voice in that says, but I don't want to be nice about them because they're dickheads and they were awful to me and they were really cruel and mean. So I really resent that. So it's really hard. And I think this one is equally as hard. A lot of them are hard, you know, like being grateful for money when you don't have any. Well, this being grateful for health, this is the same principle, being grateful for health when you don't have a lot. And what I loved they did with the money, rather than being grateful for now, they made you look back on and that sort of starts to get you into the concept of being grateful. And this is a similar thing, but it's to do with health. So, and I'll find this hard at the moment, and I've been struggling because my back's bad. I know I should be grateful, and I am, but a lot of the time, but this voice takes over, bitchy moany voice. That's what that does. So it's not a long one today. So magic and miracles in health. Please do share. Are you sitting comfortably? Right. Feel free to do your dishwasher. Have a walk. You might be walking outdoors. A lot of you do that. You know, so feel free to do any of that stuff. It's entirely up to you what you do. You might still be in bed with your nightie up round your neck. So we should feel healthy, energised and full of happiness most of the time, because that is how it feels to have our birthright of full health. The reality, however, is that a lot of people don't feel this way very often, if ever. Many people are dealing with illness, problems with functioning of their body, or suffering from bouts of depression and other mental health problems, which are all states of less than full health. I mean, just have a think. While I'm reading now, just have a think. On a scale of 1 to 10, on an average day-to-day basis, how do you feel? Do you feel healthy, energised and full of happiness most of the time? I bet a very tiny percentage can actually say yes. And isn't that a sad state of affairs? You know, so come on. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways I know to magically begin experiencing the full state of health you are meant to have in your body and mind. All the miracles of healing we see happen are simply the result of full health being restored instantly in the human body, where before there was less than full and perfect health. If you don't think gratitude creates miracles in your health and body, then you can go to a website and look at loads of stories. It's thesecret.tv/stories, but just Google The Secret stories if you want. Now, even now, as I'm starting to read this, you might be getting your back up, so don't start trolling me because I'm just reading from a book, but you might be starting to think, what a load of bollocks, I've got this really wrong with me, so how can any amount of thinking get rid of that? You know, Shelley, my lovely friend, and yoga teacher in the tribe, she went into hospital last night with suspected kidney infection in agony. It came out of nowhere and they've kept her in and she's in absolute agony. You know, so you're thinking no amount of wishing it wasn't there or being grateful is going to make it go away. So I get that things like this can be hard, but just bear with, all right? So, gratitude's magical power increases the natural flow of health to the mind and body and can assist the body in healing more quickly. As countless studies have shown, the magical power of gratitude also works hand in hand with good bodily care, nutrition and any medical assistance you might have chosen to follow. Now, what I read into that is, obviously, if you think more positive about it, you're in a more positive state of mind. And I do believe that then stuff flows easier in your body. Of course it does. But when there is some kind of sickness or condition in your body, it is totally understandable, so she's empathising, that you may have negative feelings about it, like worry, frustration or fear. But having negative feelings about sickness does not restore health. In fact, it has the opposite effect. It reduces health even more. To increase your health, you need to replace the negative feelings with good feelings, and gratitude is the easiest way to do it. Now, that's easier said than done, I think. And good morning, everybody who's just joined. Because, I mean, I'm guilty of this at the moment. I've had my bad back now for 7 weeks and I've been doing all this, and I am, certainly the last 5 years, on the whole, quite a grateful person, and I'm aware of the stuff I'm grateful for, and I do practice gratitude an awful lot. But despite all that, I've still really found it difficult with my back, you know, and so I've probably spent more time, I have spent more time even getting up out of a chair like I've just done then. I get up and go, oh Jesus, it's so, oh God, I'm sick of it. Fucking fed up with it, honestly. And you see, like, there was a towel on the floor that had dropped off the back of the door, and I just think I can't be arsed bending down to pick it up because it's too much effort. And I just think, oh, I'm just sick of not being able to do my fitness, and I'm putting weight on because I can't do my fitness. I miss my endorphins, and my back is genuinely, I'm like that. I'm just constantly saying it to myself. And I know I should be saying what she's about to tell us to say, but I'm finding it really hard. So I'm with you. So just do your best. So we're going to practice. She's a 3-pronged attack for this. So you're ready for all 3 prongs because they're coming at you whether you like it or not. 3 prongs. Now I'm going to imagine every time I find myself moaning now about my back, which I do frequently, which I know is going to be blocking it. But I think, yeah, well, no amount of wishing it is better is going to make it better. But I'd rather be in the positive mindset than this negative mindset I've got in. Because when you're in the negative mindset, that's where everything else turns to shit. You start eating crap, you can't be bothered, you're just an arsehole all round, you know, so most of the time. So she says it's a 3-pronged attack. So I've just got a picture in my head now that every time I can feel myself starting to moan, I'm going to imagine putting a great big hay fork up my arse. Well, not up it, but you know, 3 prongs, a big hay fork. I'm going to jab myself with a hay fork every time. So listen, many people also have critical thoughts and feelings of dissatisfaction about their physical appearance. How many times do you do this? How many times? Just listen. Unfortunately, those thoughts and feelings also reduce the magical flow of health. When there's something you do not like about your body, you are not being grateful for your body. Think about it. By the law of attraction, complaints about your body bring more problems to complain about, and so complaining about your body appearance puts your health at risk. Whoever does not have gratitude for their health and their body, even what she has will be taken from her. Whoever has gratitude for their health and their body will be given more, and she will have an abundance of health. You may be sick or unwell now, or even in a lot of pain, but if you are reading these words, you are continuing to receive the gift of health. It can be very difficult to access feelings of gratitude when sick or in pain, but even the smallest bit of gratitude help increases the magical flow of health in the body. Today's practice, Magic and Miracles in Health, is designed to dramatically increase your health and happiness, and we're going to make a triple-pronged approach to accelerate the results. So that is what I call a hay fork. Let's have a look. Empathise with back problems, says Louis. I have hip and leg problems, limiting walking, doing best to work through it. All this really helps. Thank you. We'll get there. We absolutely will. But it is hard, isn't it? If you've got something, you might have just had an awful cancer diagnosis. It could, really serious. And then you're expecting to just think good about it. But I really do urge you to try, and I'm trying to speak to myself here because I do struggle, because it's habitual, isn't it? You go up, oh God, it's sore, I can't move, and you tell anybody, oh listen, how's your back? It's shit, it's crap. And I don't want to say it, but then I think I don't know what to say when somebody says, how's your back doing? Oh, it's marvellous, thanks, because no, it isn't. But I don't want to say no, it isn't, because I know I'm just being a miserable get. So it's an area for me to work on. So, step 1, health that you've received. Now, I can do this one. We can all do this. Think about the great health you've received throughout your childhood, adolescence and adult life. Think about the times when you felt full of energy and you were happy. Recollect 3 separate times in your mind when you felt on top of the world. Say the magic words, thank you, and feel sincere gratitude for those times. If you think back to the big moments in your life, you'll be able to reflect 3 separate times very easily. So, 3 times in your life, I could probably go back to when I was about 16. And I just felt it was before I started putting weight on, because I was quite a chunk when I met Simon, when I was 17. So when I was about 15, 16 at high school, and I just remember feeling really healthy. And another time was going back about 5 or 6 years, and I was the leanest and fittest I've ever been, and I was into my fitness, and I ate well most of the time. Funny enough, I drank alcohol then as well, but I just ate well. I had sugar and ice cream, but just not as often as I'm doing it now. And I just remember the feeling. And what got me to that feeling, I remember there was one particular quote, and I've been saying it to myself recently because I know I'm getting to the state of where I need to take control of myself again. I've just lost it a bit for the last few weeks because of my back. And it was, don't ever leave this earth without experiencing just how amazing you can really feel. I mean, that just gives you full responsibility. Don't ever leave this earth without experiencing just how amazing you can really feel. And I just thought, I've not felt well for ages. And I'm not talking about back pain or hip problems. I'm talking about just a general sense of well-being, of mind health, of how you talk to yourself, of how you view yourself, how you view others. Are you thriving, not just surviving? And that was a real thing for me that I wanted to experience. Like she says here, right at the very first chapter, we should feel healthy, energised and full of happiness most of the time. But we just don't. So that's step 1. Think of 3 instances throughout your life where you felt really healthy. Could have just been when you were going out on a night out and you felt shit hot. You might not have felt shit hot the next day, but it could be that. This could be anything. Step 2, health you're continuing to receive in the present. Think about the health you are continuing to receive today and feel grateful for every organ, system and physical sense that is currently working well in your body. Think about your arms, legs, hands, eyes, ears, liver, kidneys, sending love to Shelley, brain or heart. Choose 5 functions of your body that are well, and one by one, mentally say the magic words thank you for each one. So I think that's a really good thing to do, because I've got this negative voice that's just, oh, my back so it feels crap and I've put weight on and I'm not feeling fit or strong. Yeah, I do say to myself, I always imagine my heart. I think it's a great organ to think about what that heart does. You've all got one, you know, you've all got one, and it's just doing that. Stroke volume, it's called. The amount of blood your heart pushes out with every single beat. So just really imagine now, as you're doing this, as you're talking, if you're looking at me, flicking my magic dust at you, well, not really, this is a heart. That's what your heart does. When you're pissed off, your heart carries on. When you're happy, your heart carries on. When you're angry or anxious, or you're having a row with your daughter, your heart continues. When you're stuffing your face with ice cream and chocolate, your heart continues. When you're drinking your second bottle of wine, your heart continues on. When you never exercise because you can't be arsed and you think, I can't be bothered doing that, your heart continues on. When you decide to do a couch to 5k and you feel like you're half dead, your heart continues on. It's incredible, isn't it? All day, all night, from the second you were conceived, almost from the second, you know what, how old are you, 6 weeks, and embryo, when you get a heart, it's not from when you're born, it's before that. Your heart never stops beating. I often do this when I need to just have a word with myself and give my head a wobble. I think of that amazing heart. I don't want to hypnotise you, Jill. And one day, it'll stop. For all of us, every single one of us, that heart is going to stop beating. This isn't even in the book, this bit. I've made this up on the spot. I like it. Let's have a look. I think we all need reminding that that heart will stop beating one day, and we have got so much control over over the outcome. We really have. You know, what are you doing to your bodies at the moment? Are you grateful to it? Or are you just abusing it constantly? I'm abusing mine a bit at the moment, I'll be honest. But, you know, we can't be marvellous all the time, but I know it'll come back, and woe betide, especially the people in the tribe. They were saying yesterday, oh God, we're all in training for when Sally feels fit again. Love them. So I want you to think of 5 organs. Now, I know there's a lot for you to do. One lady said she's feeling a bit overwhelmed with the magic because there's so much to remember. You don't have to do everything. You know, as long as you're doing your 10 gratitudes a day, just do the exercise each day. But when you're walking along, just think, as you're going for a walk or you're driving in your car, think of 5 organs. 5 organs that are working. So I'd do my heart, my eyes, so I can give you a death stare with not many eyelashes left on. My hands, you know, your hearing, your legs that carry you anywhere, your right foot. You know, if you didn't have one, you'd soon notice it. So all these things you can be grateful for, even if you're in pain now with something else. So it's all just getting you into this attitude of gratitude. So step 3, health you want to receive in the future. You're going to choose one thing you want to improve about your body for today's magical practice, but you are going to use gratitude's magical power for it in a very particular way. Think about the ideal state of what you want to improve. When you give thanks for the ideal state of anything, you have put into motion to receive back that ideal state. So think of one thing that you want to. It might be your hip. It could be your ankles. It could be you might get really bad migraines. Mine's obviously my back, you know, and it's odd because on my back your spine should bend like that, 1 vertebrae at a time at the bottom, and mine doesn't. There's about 4, it just goes as a block. So that's what causes the pain, I think. But apart from that, I'm pretty much all right. So you think of one area, you know, you could have a gammy eye, I don't know. So think of one thing that you need and want to focus on. Very often when a person is diagnosed with an illness or disease of some kind, they will not only talk about it a lot, but they will research the disease, gathering information about its possible worsening symptoms and dreaded outcomes. In other words, they give their entire focus to the disease. However, the law of attraction says that we can't make a problem go away by focusing on it, because focusing on the problem can only make the problem worse. Instead, we should do the exact opposite and focus on the ideal state for the area of the body that is unwell, and give our thoughts and feelings to that. Gratitude for the ideal state of any part of our body powerfully uses our thoughts and feelings together, so we magnetise it to us in one fell swoop. So spend 1 minute visualising a scene of yourself with the ideal state of your body that you want. And as you see your body in your mind the way you want it to be grateful for it as though you have already received it. Now, I know that's hard, but like when I did with the Magic Wealth, when she was getting me writing numbers on checks saying thank you, and we had £2.80 literally in our bank for a week, that's all we had, and we were getting bills in, and I was getting livid with it. I thought, Rhonda, what are you chatting about, love? You know, we've no money, we're bankrupt, so we're about to lose everything, and you wanted me to be grateful. And the same, but I did it because I thought, what have I got to lose? Nothing, because we're already losing everything. All I've got to lose is my negative mindset. So I did it, and it made a difference. It made a difference to how I feel and how I felt. And because it made a difference to how I felt, that's what gave me the energy to start doing my retreats. Because if I'd never have done this book, I would never have done my retreats, because I was never in that mindset. I was always negative and worried and panicked and anxious and depressed, and I didn't want to do anything. So this is the same sort of ethos, but it's with health. So obviously my common sense is telling me, oh, my back's sore, oh, it's really bad. And she wants me to be imagining it being amazing and being able to get down, just being able to run upstairs, or being able to put my socks on without pain, being able to do a burpee. You know, not that I love burpees anyway, but being able to do a plank. They're doing a plank challenge in my monthly membership, and they're on about they'll be on day 24. And I'd love to have done it with them, but I can't. You know, I can't do it with them. They all do it, they take it in turns to do it once a day, and it's brilliant. But I can't do any of that. So it's easy to just get pissed off. So what I'm going to do, so what I'm really going to focus on today, I've done my 3 instances where I've been healthy. What was the second one? Healthy. I wanted to think about 5 organs in my body, which I've done with you, to think about. I'm grateful for them. But what I'm really going to focus on today is imagining my back fluid and pain-free, and me being able to do a cat-cow in yoga rather than looking like I've got a tray balanced on my back, you know. And I want to be able to just jump up and down and lift weights above my head. I'm not even allowed to do that at the moment. She says I'm not allowed to do anything like that. So, and I just want to feel like one of the times I felt within the first exercise, where I imagined 3 times, when I used to work at Juicy Oasis and I first set my retreats up, I'm going through my photographs and I found some yesterday. And it's not the fact that I'm, 2.5 stone lighter, or at least 2 stone lighter in these pictures. You know, it's not that, that's not even that. It's the feeling of how I remember how I felt. It's that I miss. The weight loss is just a bonus. It's the feeling that I miss, that feeling of vibrancy and health, and the fact that you do fitness and it's really paying off because you feel great and then you want to eat better. I've got a picture in here on the wardrobe actually, but you won't like this one, because this is me at I had this one. This is when I came back. Look at that. People go, oh, you were too thin there. I got a lot. I've never been that. That was after 2 weeks but I was lean anyway before I went. And that's the least body fat I've ever had. That's me. And it's only about 5 years ago, I think. But I was just strong. I was strong and lean. I didn't eat loads of shit. Well, I did. You know, and that was funny enough. So I have lots of pictures on the back of my wardrobe. It's a great place to put pictures. And I just loved the feeling of strength. I just loved it. The fact that I could do a workout, I was pain-free, you know, and even then my back was still a bit, I'd always had to look after it because it was always still a bit, but I just loved it. I loved it. I was running around the rugby pitch. It was just felt brilliant. It really did. And to go from that to feeling so having to be cautious and careful, you know, it really makes a difference. So that's why I understand it's hard when you're feeling like this or whatever, you might have had an awful diagnosis, it's hard to think positive thoughts. But what have you got to lose, you know? So spend 1 minute. So if you want to magically restore health in your kidneys, I'm going to send Shelley some healing vibes now. If you know Shelley Greiger, my wonderful dear friend, just join me by sending her some magic healing for her kidneys. So if you want to magically restore health to your kidneys, be grateful for strong and healthy kidneys that filter and sift out all the waste products from your body. If you want to magically restore health to your blood, be grateful for pure and healthy blood that flows oxygen and nutrients to all parts of your body. If you want to magically restore health to your heart, give thanks for a strong and healthy heart that maintains the well-being of every organ. And if you want to magically improve your eyesight, then give thanks for the excellent vision. If you want to improve your hearing, give thanks for perfect hearing. And if you want more flexibility, then give thanks for a perfectly supple and agile body. If you want to change your weight, first think about the ideal weight that you want to be. Then imagine yourself at that ideal weight and give thanks for it as though you have received it now. Whatever it is that you want to improve, first imagine yourself with the ideal state and then be grateful for the ideal state as though you have received it right now. So Hippocrates said, natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. So what is it that you want to heal? What is it that you want to improve with your health? A lot of us, it's flexibility at this time, isn't it? Unless you've got a really serious overriding condition, but something like chronic flexibility, or like myself, like with back pain, that stops, you might have a dodgy hip or knee or arthritis, you know, so it could be any of those things. You could get constant migraines. So I want you to imagine never having a migraine again and just being completely pain-free. Imagine being able to go for a run because your hips don't bother you. And just imagine and let the feeling what that would feel like. And then be grateful for that feeling. You know, it's incredible. And yes, of course, you've got this little voice going, you silly bitch, Sally. Fuck off. That's what she says to me sometimes. Because you can't bloody move. And I want her to do one because I believe in all this stuff. I do, because I believe it changes your mindset, and that's where it happens. And even if it didn't change anything physically, the reason I do it is because it just feels better. It feels better being more positive than it is being a miserable shit. So you'll get the naysayers like we've had on here already. No amount of doing this will change anything. And that's fine, smile and wave. It might not. Just because I'm going to imagine and be grateful for a lovely, supple, beautiful, fluid back, you know, and I'm going to imagine, I'll take this off again, I'm going to imagine being, I'm not bothered about being like that, but, you know, somewhere in between would be nice because I know I feel better. It's my preference. It's not because I don't love myself now, so don't all the body positive people have a go at me. Because, you know, I try and love myself regardless. Sometimes I hate myself here. It's nothing to do with body, you know, so it's a feeling, a mood. It's just my preference. I prefer, you know, I've been all sorts. I've not got the big ones here. I've been all sorts. I've been 14.5 stone. So I can say which I prefer. And I prefer not to carry as much weight because I feel I'm more positive. So of course you're going to get the naysayers, what a load of bollocks, it doesn't work. And even if it didn't, I'm just putting that caveat in, even if it didn't, surely it's more healthy to be in that positive mindset, even if it didn't end up in a result. The process of doing it is going to benefit you tenfold. And that's what I say to the naysayers. I do, because I know I'm in a couple of business groups and there's I remember going on a retreat once, there was a lady there and she's gone, the secret and the magic and all that shit, it's crap. You know, she does brilliantly, she really does. But I just thought each to their own, you know, absolutely each to their own. No amount of wishing can make your business successful. No amount. I wouldn't have a business if it wasn't for this, because I would never have put myself in the positive state of mind that this does. Some of these exercises you will resonate easier with, and others will probably really piss you off. And it's probably the ones that really piss you off that you need to do the most. So just to recap what you need to do today if you've not done it. Step 1. Health that you've received in the past. Think of 3 times that you were really healthy, and it could be when you're a young child at primary school, whizzing over the climbing frame, being chased by Graham with your coat round your back, thinking you're a horse with a skipping rope round. Did anybody else do that? Fasten the coat here and let it fly, you know, thinking you were just a horse in the playground. Or was that just me? But none of us bothered about our health then. We didn't have a bitchy moany voice going, oh, I can't move. The only time we bothered is when we fell and scraped our knee. It lasted 2 minutes and off we were back out playing with our mates. Why don't we do more of that? You know? So think of 3 things, please. 3 things. Feel free to write them on here. I'm happy for you to write on here. Especially if you're on catch up, get them written on here. I like to read them. So 3 times you were healthy. Step 2. Health you're continuing to receive. So choose 5 body parts. What are you really grateful for that are still working really well despite your gammy right eye? You know, what 5 body parts are you really grateful for? There's got to be 5. There's got to be 105. Never mind 5. So if you can't choose 5 body parts that are working now, then do you know what? You must be a corpse, because there will be 5 things that are working well and you just never think to thank them. So give your head a wobble, get them written down, and 5 things. You know, I can see 5 things just on my face that are working well. Nothing wrong with my mouth this morning. And then the third one is health you want to receive. So health you want to receive. So what is the one thing? So you do have to think about it. So what is the one thing that is giving you jip at the moment? The biggest thing that's giving you jip? Mine is my back. So I promise you today, I'm really going to focus on it. You know, I know, Jill, I did think of you. She had a gammy right eye in August. She did the free 500 fitness challenge, lover. She joined it. And on day 1, she got, I think it was a rose bush. She walked into a rose bush or something. It was just a dreadful state. So she couldn't do the challenge, but she joined the tribe anyway. That was the last intake we had, was it, in August? So we had a little one in October. And then she was really quiet in the tribe to start with, because she was just finding her way. And now she's just in it and it's brilliant. And your eyes all healed. So we are all amazing, aren't we, Cindy? Absolutely amazing. So 5 things, please. So I want, if nothing else, I want you putting the 5 things on. I want you doing it now. The 5 things that you're grateful for that are working well in your body. My legs are great. They take me around everywhere. Exactly. They'll get all that Christmas shopping done this in December when lockdown's lifted. Can you imagine the shops? Don't be moaning, anybody. Oh, it's busy. It's bedlam. That's what my nanny used to say. It's bedlam. It's bedlam. Billy, it's bedlam. We're going early. Bedlam in Lancaster. The butchers, it was bedlam. That's when they used to have, you know, there was not really many supermarkets, were there? And we used to have the indoor market before it burnt down, and I'd get 10p and go and stand at the pick and mix while my nan went to the cheese counter to get a Lancashire creamy, and then she'd go and get tripe for my granddad at the fish stall, and then she'd go and get the bacon at the meat stall, and I'd just sit at the... I remember, I don't know why I'm telling you this, and I remember spending the 10p, and they used to get those big plastic cereal bowls, didn't they, that you used to put them in. And I also remember, round about that age, buy my first ever single, 50p from Boots, my 7-inch single. It was Joe Boxer's Boxer Beat. Ooh, with the Boxer Beat, Boxer Beat, Boxer Beat. Sharon loves her ears to hear you as well as watch you, Sally. Wonderful. So come on, what are we grateful for? And that's it today. You can follow the magic and miracle in health practice every day if you need to, and you can do it multiple times in a day if you really want to accelerate the magical restoration of full health or the improvement of any aspect of your body. But it is vital, listen, it is vital that whenever you have a negative thought or feeling about the current state of your body or health, that you replace it immediately by visualising the ideal state you want and by being truly grateful as though you have already received it. The most effective way to guarantee health, other than taking good care of yourself physically, is to continue to be grateful for your health. So I love that caveat. What she's saying, try it with vinegar, Wendy. Oh, that's what my granddad used to have. It stank. Oh, it's all white and wobbly. But so I love that caveat. So it's all about awareness. So do not beat yourself up. Say, for me, for instance, I've got my bad back, and this is me getting into my leggings drawer. My leggings drawer's down here, so I have to do this. I have to stand my legs really wide, get onto the floor. I'm still here. Open it up, and then I'm up like that. Do I look like a fitness instructor? I tell you, not a chance. And I do that. I go, oh, for God's sake. Oh, I'm fucking sick of it. Oh, and I'm like that. And then once I'm up and walking, I'm not so bad. And I can feel it constantly being this just negative blanket over me. So obviously you're going to do it because it's habitual. How many times when you get in the car or your hip hurts or you try to go for a walk and your knee starts to hurt? So don't chastise yourself if you hear the voice go, oh, you shit, oh, it hurts, go up. And even if you replace it, but my heart is working amazingly, or just visualise your back. So when I moan about my back today, I'm going to visualise, tell you what I'm going to do. I promise. When I moan about my back today, which will be about 227 times at least, because it's all the ones that you do in your head and it's constant, I'm going to visualise that. And I don't mean the shape. I don't mean the fact that even my size 10 jeans were looking big, you know, and that actually looked like Lara Croft there. Yeah, I just taught body pump. And people say, well, how do you get that? I taught body pump twice a week and did 3 spinning classes a week that I taught. That's all I did. Didn't do any, wasn't even on a diet. This is what I teach in the tribe. No, not a diet doing that. Not one single diet for 6 years. I was free from any diet plan, no Weight Watchers, no nothing. Just choosing to eat well most of the time, loving my ice cream still, and loving my fitness. I tell you, and it just goes to show I've stopped moving my body, so I've put a stone and a half on. Yes, I could have altered my eating, but I haven't done because I couldn't be arsed, quite frankly. So I thought, I'm not doing that. So I felt sorry for myself, so I've probably eaten more ice cream than normal. So, but that's what I'm going to imagine. It's the feeling that I could just get down and do 40 burpees if I wanted. So when I'm moaning about my back today, I'm gonna think of those orange jeans. I've still got them. I don't know why. They were uncomfortable even then. They just used to fall down a bit because they didn't have any belt holes on. Anyway, my 5 things: eyes, ear, hands, feet and mouth. Now, Ruth, that's a good one to finish on, Ruth. Everybody, can you imagine what life would be like if you didn't have eyes, ears, hands, feet and mouth? Can you imagine? And yet I'm moaning about my back. That'd give me something to moan about, not having any eyes, ears, hands, feet and mouth. The experiences that you'd miss out on. It's incredible, isn't it? So I hope this has helped today. Remember, I've put the poll top as well. Let's have a look. I'll put on the post, don't forget the tribe is opening for 1 day only on Black Friday. 1 day only. If you sign up to the wait list, you'll get invited in on Thursday if you want to come. We'll send an email out with the link on Thursday. But you don't have to do, it's up to you. There's no pressure to join. There's no contract, so you can just come and join for December. If you're struggling now and don't think, oh, I don't have time in December, because you're watching this, you've got time. I only do a video on a Monday morning, and then there's 3 or 4 other ones that other people do. I do a live fitness on a Thursday, but it's everything that's in the membership as well for your fitness, but it's just keeping this sort of positive state of mind. So don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, I don't need it, I'm going to be too busy doing Christmas, because you'll be too busy being a negative so-and-so, I tell you, because that's what we do a lot of the time, isn't it? All right then, so I'm off. Hi, Debs. You're more than welcome, lovely. Just marvellous. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow for day... What have we got tomorrow? Oh, my goodness. Day 17. The magic... Oh... day 17. It's about finance tomorrow. It's hard for some people. That this time of year, you don't want to miss tomorrow, I tell you. All right then, lots of love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.